being a single dad, what has that taught you about the importance of dating and having children that you're raising now?
Yeah.
The importance of getting that relationship right.
You nailed it. You want to get it right.
Okay.
There's no getting this one wrong, So it really heightens the level of looking at yourself and making sure that you are fully ready to be a husband, to potentially be a dad again to other kids, that you have prepared yourself in a way that is truly vulnerable, that someone or someones in this world know 100% about the things about you. And if that's not happening, you have to stop. And there's a good chance that you may not get it right? So that's number one, is you have this heightened level of understanding that this is something that I'm going to pursue in a godly way, and I'm going to give it my absolute best shot, because there is no other second chance, right? The statistics are just too high on second marriages not making it, that I know personally, I do not want to be a part of those statistics. The statistics are just too high for people that are having failed marriages in their second marriage, that I know that I am not going to be one of those people that has that is a part of that statistic. So it's like it ups the effort level, it ups the self-awareness level, it ups the seeking to understand the other person. You definitely don't leave a stone uncovered. There's a lot of things out there that says, on dates, don't go deep, too early. And I'm like, I don't know, bump all that. Like, go deep.
Okay.
Like, make sure that you're not, allowing yourself to be physically attracted before your heart's really attracted, before your mind's attracted, before you have truly looked at your own life and their life and how could this all blend together. I'd say talk about the heavy things early and often, and get to a place where you can find out how vulnerable the other person is. You can find out how much they have a godly perspective, a biblical worldview. Pray together. It's amazing to watch someone else pray that you're dating, because you get to see how they talk to God. And you have to be careful with some of the intimacy around those moments, of course. I do think that's kind of like an asterisk to that. But I think it's helpful to be in some of those spaces where you're journeying through Scripture together and helping to make sure that you guys are going to have a foundation that will last the test of time. Yeah. I also think about, in like a second marriage, or really any marriage, you want to be stepping into a relationship where you are ready to run with someone that's already running, and you guys are on mission for God. Like, what is their mission statement for their life? Not that they need to have it written out or tattooed on their arm or on their journal or whatever, but are they on mission for God? Do they have some sort of like statement, some sort of awareness and understanding of how God is leading them? And they don't have to have the whole plan laid out, of what everything looks like. And of course, if we even knew that plan, we would somehow mess it all up, because we knew the plan. But I think there's a reality of a real awareness of, is that person on mission for God, pursuing God at the same pace that I am? And if that's there, that's just another really important green flag that allows you to kind of move forward. Yeah. As a single dad dating in the world that we're in today, I have to think about things as building a family, not just building a relationship. I've heard it said this way: it's not just coupleness, it's familyness. It's not just togetherness, it's building a team. It's this blending that happens, especially if there's kids in the mix, and it's truly like a blended family. And there's a lot of content out there. I would highly recommend anyone that's on coming close to like stepping into a blended family type relationship, to look up anything Ron Deal. Ron Deal is like the man out there from the Christian and non-Christian space. Okay. Just a phenomenal author, and written books like Preparing to Blend and Smart Step Family, just a lot of great resources. But in all of those resources, what it'll talk about is how the slower that you move, the better. Because dating and remarriage and marriage, all of those things, it's a marathon. It's never a sprint. If you treat it like a sprint, you're going to miss so many cues along the way that's going to help you be a better person and help you serve the person even better. And I think as a single dad, I have to engage in what I call like what if conversations. And again, I think this I'm confident this can apply with your community if you're dating. Just like if you would be dating, you want to engage like the people around you in like what if conversations. Hey, what if I was to pursue this person? Here's their profile on social media. Take a look. Will you guys be praying for me? I'm thinking about reaching out.
Wow.
I think that's really important. That's something I do and have done in all of my dating life since being married.
Really?
Yep. I will take that profile. I will send it to a group of people that I really trust. And I will say, do you know anybody that knows this person? Will you be praying over this?
Wow.
And that's the ultimate goal. I want this, pursuit to be covered in prayer. And so what do you think if I ask this person out?
Yeah.
Same thing with my kids. Hey, what do you think at a certain point in the relationship? It's what do you think if daddy was to have a girlfriend? What do you think if daddy was to, have you meet that girlfriend and start to get their buy-in, because you want their yes. You don't want to like skip over their yes or not feel like they're a part of the process.
Wow.
Or one day you've had this like relationship for 6 months and now you're like, oh, I've had this girlfriend.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Wow.
And so obviously there's some wisdom that you have to have of like, this has been 2 weeks, whatever. But in some ways, I think there's a lot of wisdom to, in inviting the children into the process, maybe even get to see the person or meet the person as a friend before going any further in that relationship. But it's that asking those what if questions to your community, to your small group, to the guys that will be most honest with you. Or for girls that are listening, to the girls that are being most honest with you, and people that are in healthy relationships. I mean, there's people out there you could ask for their opinion. They'd be like, yeah, go for it, or whatever. And it's like, thank you, no thank you. or you just, who to ask, right? We all know in our circles usually who's the best person to ask for, advice as you're preparing for marriage.
Right.
And so I think just stepping into those what if conversations and inviting people into the process, never dating in the dark, but putting it out there and being vulnerable with the people that are around you and allowing them to speak into the relationship. Because what I don't want to happen is to see people that start to replace that relationship, replaces their friendships, replaces their community, and then they start to fall off the map. We all have those friends. I know those people.
Yeah.
I have sat across the table countless times from other guys that, they're talking about these struggles in their relationship. And I'm like, who's walking with you guys? Well, I had more friends and I had this time, I had this best friend, but we're now disconnected. And I'm like, why are y'all disconnected? Well, I've been taking up all this time with dating and it's just, we're really pursuing each other and having a great time. And now we're not having a great time. And I'm like, so where's your best friend,
Yeah.
And they just took the relationship and they started to make a little huddle over here. And we're just going to like do life over here. And that's where we can keep our sin. We can keep our struggles. We can not have to bring accountability and vulnerability over here into the light.
Yep.
And that always breaks my heart when that happens.
Wow. So good, Dana. Wow. I mean, that's really encouraging me even.